Hey there guys, it's Gavin Bird, and today I'm here with one of our community members, Micky Fasano. Micky, thanks for joining me. What I wanted to do today, Micky, is just talk about you and your experience so far and kind of your story, because it's a pretty amazing story, I think. And I wanted to just demonstrate to the guys out there that you can still get results even whilst working a full-time job, which you currently do, whilst we kind of help you learn the loan broking stuff. So, you know, what is it that, from your situation right now, why are you putting the effort into learning loan broking? What's going on in your life right now?
Okay, the long story. Well, I'm in the sixth inning, I think, of my life. Okay, in baseball terms, I'm 53, so there's not many jobs that I can do. So I'm in sales now. I'm tired of traveling the roads. I make good money, but I'm trading money for time. I'm making good money, but I have no time to enjoy it. I come home sometimes 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I'm whipped. You know, my wife and I really have no time to spend together. So I was looking for something different. And I know I've been in business before. I've owned my own delis and things like that. Money, people need money. Businesses, I've done real estate investing for a long time. Everybody needs money. Everybody needs a solid go-to person. So I always thought that loan brokering always piqued my interest. I didn't know how to really get into it, never really looked into it because I always thought that you had to be some special thing. And then I saw, a couple groups and, I just think it's fascinating. The other thing too is I love to help people. And I think if you can, and that's the truth, I really do like to help people. So I think if you're honest and do the right thing, it'll always come back. So I'm trying to find the right company, and I found it.
Yes, that's so true. Actually, that's the beauty of this thing, is that you can help people whilst making money, and there's not many sort of professions, I think, that you can do that these days.
No, everybody's trying to make as much as they can make and not work at it.
Yeah, exactly. So I know you did some research before kind of, finding us, and we're not going to name any names or anything like that, but I'm interested to know what your prior experience was as you got into this and started to learn, what that was like, what was happening there, because it wasn't quite gelling for you, was it?
No. Well, I had shoulder surgery. I tore a rotator cuff. I was out of work last year for 3 months. It put me almost $40,000 in debt, with credit cards and paying my bills for 4 months.
Yeah.
I was desperately looking for something while I was home. I thought, wow, what a perfect time. I really can't do anything, so let me look. I looked into the MCA loans. I got involved with an MCA company, very well-known MCA company, did everything to a T, and I spent probably upwards of $500 to $1,000, and I did not get one single lead. I got a few, but nothing panned out. It was all, they would submit, and then I would submit to the company, and then it would come back denied, and this and that. It just didn't work, and I was spending a lot of money and a lot of time. I had the time, no big deal. Then I joined another group, and it just felt like I was part of the cattle. Like every week there'd be a welcome call, and you'd see a list of 75 names, and it was just kind of like, figure it out for yourself. Here's what you do, and I don't know, you just had to figure. It was good, but it really wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for more of a maybe a one-on-one, a tailored kind of experience. You know what I mean? So, and that's, after looking around, I think you and I connected somewhere, and then I've been following you, and I saw this, and when I saw that the numbers were really little, that's when I decided to, I really need to look at this.
Okay, that's really cool. I'm actually interested because a lot of people, having gone through your experience, having spent a considerable sum of money and got nothing from it, would at that point quit, thinking this stuff just doesn't work, right? But instead, you went and found another group, got into that. And some people at that point might think, "Are you crazy? Like, what the hell are you doing?" Right? But you still carried on. So why? Why didn't you think this stuff doesn't work? What is it that made you keep moving forward?
Well, number one, I don't quit.
Yeah.
I'm not a quitter. I keep getting up. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but I keep getting up.
Quitters never win, right?
I know. What's that?
So quitters never win.
No, right. Well, doing loans, everybody, even when I did real estate, I always needed money. And I had a bank. It was always good until the market crashed, and then that all came to a screeching halt. So everybody needs somebody solid to go to. And I don't care whether it's a business, you know, any mom and pop's business, big business, everybody needs money at some point. But I didn't know, I would have gotten into loan broking years and years before. I just didn't think I was, number one, smart enough. Number two, I didn't, you know, I thought I needed a special education. I really didn't know the ins and outs of it until I really, you know, decided to get on this age, and I hate what I'm doing. I hate traveling. I'm on the road a lot. I was just looking for something that I could do from home and feel good about it. I mean, I'm not the slick Willie guy. I want to feel good about what I do. When I lay my head down at night, it's got to be a win-win for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
So,
What is it? So I'm interested in this one because it's actually quite similar to me. I always had this impression of loan broking that it was the kind of the guys and girls that were super intelligent, academic, had all the qualifications under the sun, and blah 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 blah
okay.
blah. Right? And I'm like, you know, I'm just an average guy as well. I'm no genius or anything like that. And you know, I know when I got into it, I started to realize it. But what was your realization? I mean, what is it you've taken? What would you say the main traits actually that constitute success? Because it isn't having all of these different qualifications at all, is it?
No, I think it's a couple things. I think you got to do the work. I think in your heart, if you're good to people, if you're actually looking to do good, it will come back. You know, but I think more than anything, you have to find the right company to work with. That's what I think. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I mean, I'm an average guy. I've always had my own businesses. I own delis. I did construction. You know, I've owned my own rental house, rental business, and things like that. So I'm just I am really a regular guy.
A grafter. You work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, you know what, I think that's basically what it is. It's just that kind of that mentality to, as you say, just to keep getting up in the morning and keep pushing forward and keep learning. And ultimately, if you keep doing that, at some point, it's got to come together. It can't not come together, right?
Yeah, I'm 53. I'm hoping.
But here's where I love your story, right? Because you went into one program, spent a bunch of money, nothing happened. Found another one, you know, you think, oh my gosh, this
I spent more money too.
Yeah. Then you found us, right? But here's the thing: you don't need to, as you know, you don't need to spend a bunch of money with us to learn. But you still came in, and I know there were some things going on personally where you still weren't getting the traction that some other people get. And I think, given that kind of 3 strike scenario, it would have been so easy for you to just quit on this whole thing, but you didn't. So I'm interested there if you could just share kind of, you know, don't need to go into too much detail because I know some of this stuff's personal, but what was going on in the first month, and then what happened? Because by the time we hit month 2, you kind of blew up.
Yeah.
And, you know, and since then there's just been deal after deal coming in, and it's going from strength to strength. So what was going on and what happened?
If this economy wasn't what it was, I think I'd be knocking the doors off this thing. But my first month, you know, I signed up, and you know, I like, you know, the reason why I signed up was because of you. You look, there's some integrity in your business. Everybody was kind of transparent, you know, and there wasn't a lot of people involved. I figured if I'm going to get in, I'm going to get in now while it's small, and you know, there's good guys, you know, and that's so. And I let it play out for a week or two, and then what happened was, you know this, and I probably won't be able to talk about it. My dad got pretty sick, and you know, threw us for a curve, and I was working and trying to make ends meet, and I just didn't have the mental fortitude to come home. And you said to me, and this is really why I joined up. You said, Micky, you said, mate, would you say show up? What do you say? I don't know. You have a saying. You say, bring it or something. You said 4 hours a day. That's it. It'll work. Just show up, do the work, and let the results speak for themselves. And that kind of really stuck me. So, you know, I waited a month, and I was looking in the Facebook group, and all these people are getting deals in. And I'm like, man, I am missing the boat here. I can't keep, you know, making excuses. I'm not an excuse guy. So, and those are all excuses. Everybody has their problems. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I came home one day. I think it was like on the March 15th or 14th. I came home, and I got on the phone with you and Ryan, and everybody's helped me through it. And I figured some stuff out, and it took me, I'm not a computer guy. I don't know how to use Outlook and Excel and Word and all these things. And I figured it out, and I sent out an email, and within an hour or two, I got 3 replies. I got 4 the next day. And it just, I was like, I looked at my wife, and I said, I'm sitting it was 10 o'clock at night, and I'm looking at my phone like, oh my God, hon, look. There's people really interested in this. I said it can't be this easy. And that's the God's honest truth. And she was like, wow. And I was excited. I was happy for myself, proud that I figured this stuff out. I know it wasn't for you guys. It probably not a lot, but for me, it was pretty cool that I figured it all out with a little bit of help from Ryan, with a lot of help from Ryan, you know. But and then I just said, you know what, he's right. And then I was putting in 4 or 5 hours, and the rest. I mean, I'm getting deals after, they're in.
How many have you got in the last week? Because I just keep seeing your name coming through on the notifications now.
Well, I think I've got 9 or 10 in, but some of them are multiple. Like I got one guy, he submitted 2. Now he submitted another one yesterday. So there's probably 15 or 16 out of the 9. There's probably 15 or 16 in there.
And actually, I just want to come. Sorry, go on.
I think there's like between 13 and 15 deals in there. Yeah.
And that's happened in what, the last 2 weeks, 2 and a bit weeks?
Well, my first email was March 15th. So 12 days.
Right. And actually just want to just come in on this because guys and girls, if you ever speak to me, one of the things that we say is that, we focus quite heavily on the real estate investor market, as you know, Micky. And the reason we do that is that if you're learning this industry, this skill set, this profession, it's the quickest way to get spun up. We're very credible in that marketplace. We've got a good brand, and we have these methods that work, right? And as you know, Micky, they don't cost anything. And the real thing is we say, look, even with 4 hours a day, as long as you're disciplined with that, you can get anywhere between 10 and 20 deals in a month. And these are not like, trashy deals. These are deals. These are things that we can make money from, right? And the other thing is you're seeing is that the great thing about real estate investors is they have multiple deals. So if we do the right stuff, we do treat them well, everything else, they give us more. And you're experiencing, I mean, what's that? That's since the 15th. That's less than a month. And you've got, 13, 14 deals in. And I know there's more coming
12 days.
It's crazy.
12 days.
Right? This thing is like bang, bang, bang. It really, really works. And the other thing, just to go back to what you said, you said it was a big thing for you when this started to work, and it may not have been for us, right? Actually, no, this is what it's all about, because we know this shit works. We absolutely know it. We passionately believe in what we're doing, and we want everyone to get those results because we know it can happen. And so, as you know, we don't give up on people. We can see when people are kind of in a funk, shall we say? And that's the reason why initially, I think I reached out to you, didn't I? And I knew something was going on. Didn't know.
Well, we kept in touch. I mean, you did, yeah. We kept in touch, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I wrote you an email, I think. And my intention was to try and just sort of understand, but just like, come on, let's go do this. Let's make this thing happen. You responded, and it's brilliant. And I'm pumped, man. I love it because I just know that everything that you want, everything you've joined this place to get is an inevitable outcome, because it can't not happen if deals are coming in. We can't not fund them. That's like, that happens. The money bit happens. And as you know, we have this saying, stacking your deals. You keep stacking like you're doing, it builds up. You can't not fund deals. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it blows my mind. And then here's the crazy thing is, when we had a conversation, you said, Micky, we're going to focus on the real estate. And the light bulb went off in my head because it made total sense to me. I did real estate. I owned 60 rentals at one point, and we were always looking for the next deal. Bam, bam, and I had one banker that I went to for all the deals, which is a nice thing. And I'm like, God, how did I not think of this on my own before? So the light bulb went off in my head. It said, this makes total sense. We should be focusing on just what you said. That's a great way to start, because everybody, and I don't care if they have a guy that's been in their pocket for 5 years, they're looking for someone else. It is good to have a plan B.
Absolutely
it's just a good thing to have. Yeah,
absolutely right. I think that's the thing, Micky, because I think, like with you, if you think about it, those other programs you came into, what we always say is all we're really here to do is just help you join the dots. Because as you say, we aren't geniuses here. We're not. There's nothing magic about what we're doing. We've just worked some stuff out that works for everybody, and we all follow the same pathway, and we all get the same sort of results, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, wanted to just dig into a bit more. As you know, we put a lot of thought and effort into the training, not just with a bunch of online videos, but we are really invested in everybody's success. So, from your point of view, what do you think about this community and the training? Like, what's your kind of, what is it you get from it specifically?
Well, I like it that, the way you guys set it up, if you have a question, you could usually, if you go into training, you can find it. Everything is right there. It's not like you tell us to do something and then we can't find it and we got to make 75,000 phone calls or search a million places. Does that make sense too? Because that's,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
those other ones, it's not like a bait and switch. It's right there. It's pretty precise. And the other thing that I like too is, and I know, the rapid start is phenomenal. And I only used one source. I only did the emailing. I haven't done like my LinkedIn is set up. I don't even know how to use LinkedIn. That's how dumb I am. I don't know how to use LinkedIn. I keep telling my wife, you got to come upstairs. Because I can't look at it on my phone, but show me what LinkedIn is so I can take advantage of it. I'm not joking. So I did all that stuff, but so I just like the rapid start. It was just quick. It was there. And, it wasn't like I was, Mickey, do this, do that, do this, do that. Have your hand in 7 fires and see which one comes out. It was like laser focused. I did it. And it just, that's what I like. And everything is there if you need it. There's all kinds of training. There's all calls and it's all the good stuff. It's not they want you to have success, but they don't want to give you the nuggets, the gold nuggets. They want to save it for themselves. Yeah. I've been there and done that.
Yeah. I think you raised another good point, actually. It's one we often overlook, is that you're just using one method. And we've got 20 of them, different platforms we can do. One method, and you're getting all this deal flow in like the last sort of 10, 12 days or whatever it is, right? And you're not even getting into LinkedIn. And this is the point. It's simple. It's so simple. Just do the work and you get the deals in. So look, I want to finish on this question. You've pushed through it. It's now happening. You can see that these outcomes that you want are going to be there. What's your long-term plan now? Because that must have changed some of your mindset in terms of where you've been, say, even last month, to like, actually, this thing's happening for me. So this is going to give me that step to where I want to be.
You're going to think I'm crazy, but it's taken off so well. I want to quit my job. But
I don't think that's crazy at all.
The world that we're in right now, we're switching our focus, here at what we're doing. So the real estate, I'm just waiting for something to happen and I'm ready to quit. And I'm glad, this is funny, I'm glad I'm only doing 1 or 2 estimates a day with my other company because I want to I'm cooped up I got an office in my house and I'm cooped up in here and I cannot wait to be home. To be honest, I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock at night so I can get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do this. And I've never been that excited about anything I've tried. And look, I get up and I do my thing, and I've tried a few things and spent money on other stuff, and I love it. I love it, and I can't wait to get up in the morning and work. Like this morning, I was up at 5:30, messing with the computer, getting doing stuff, and so I think it's great. The opportunity, it's there.
Man, I've got the biggest smile. I'm just pumped hearing your story. I love it. I love the energy. I love the excitement. This is what it's all about, right? And even I can probably see with me. I'm excited all the time anyway. I love.
That's what you say. You say turn up.
Yeah, turn up, do the work. Turn up, do the work, stack the deal.
That's what you said. Turn up, do the work. That's what you said to me in the beginning.
Oh man, look, that's it. I've got no more questions. I think it's an amazing story, and we can see that it's all going to happen for you. And I can't wait for that next interview. Like once the deals are kind of funding, you've quit the job. We'll do this again and let the good folks know what's happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant, Micky. Thanks, man, for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right, Gavin. Thanks, bro. All right.